The easiest way to financial freedom is to learn how to make your money work for you, and this is just one of the ways the rich separate themselves from the poor. In fact, when you have your money working for you, you can free up time for activities you actually enjoy rather than slaving away at your 9-to-5 job. But what does it mean to have your money work for you? Making your money work for you simply means that you have control over your finances and that you can use that control to provide yourself financial stability and prosperity. And in this video, I will share with you 7 ways to make your money work for you. And if you're new to the channel, then hit the subscribe button below for more life-changing content. Method number 1, investing in yourself. When you want to make your money work for you, the first place you need to invest is in yourself. You are your most valuable asset, and as such, you must always invest in yourself to keep increasing your value. So how do you invest in yourself? The first step to invest in yourself is to evaluate yourself and know what are your strengths and weaknesses. What do you need to improve on to become better than what you are right now? Then the next thing you need to do once you know what you want to improve on is to determine to what degree you want to improve on it. This will give you an idea of how much work you need to put in to see your desired result. When you know what you want, it becomes easier to get. There are various means you can invest in yourself. The first mean is through books. You can buy books on the subject you want to improve on and start reading them. There is a book for almost anything you want to learn, so just look around and get a good book. You may also get recommendations from friends and colleagues on books that they found helpful. In fact, Audible is hooking up the first 50 people who follow the link in the description below with a free audiobook, so this can be the first step on your journey to self-investment. Another valuable way to invest in yourself is through mentors and coaches. Mentors are people who you admire so much that you want to learn from them, while coaches are professionals in the field in which you want to develop further. You can pay them and they will give you the resources that you need to help you grow. Another important way to learn is to attend workshops and seminars. Such a platform provides you with the opportunity to meet like-minded people who will motivate you to grow and improve on yourself. No matter how much you pay to invest in yourself, know that it is always worth it. So don't mind the amount you have to pay for all these costs. Method number 2, learning how to maximize your salary. One way to maximize your income is to find ways to make the most money possible from your 9-to-5 job. I would imagine that you want to maximize your employment income, and one of the best times to obtain more employment income is when you are starting a new job. This is when you'll have the most leverage in negotiating a higher salary, given that you know the organization is seeking someone who can fill their position. Before you go for an interview, make sure you do enough research. Try to get an understanding of what the job requirements are and how much those at your level are earning, as this will be vital information for when you negotiate your new salary. Be ready to answer any question that an interviewer may ask you during the interview. It is best to anticipate the questions they will ask you so that you can have answered questions prepared, as off-the-cuff answers may result in a less than stellar response. I found that one activity that greatly helped my interviewing process is to get a family member or friend to act as the interviewer and for them to ask me questions to ensure I was prepared. Moreover, if you have any notable skills, be ready to show them and explain how it can help the business, as it can also help you increase the amount they will offer you. Also, note that as you progress through the interviews, you will be in a much better position to negotiate when the time comes to discuss your salary. Don't settle for the first offer they propose. Always ask for an increase, because all of your future raises will be based on this initial salary, so this figure will have dramatic effects on your earnings for years to come. Finally, don't be embarrassed to ask for an increase, because again, if they have offered you a position, that means they want to work with you. Now, if you already have a job, what you will want to do to get a raise is simply ask for it. I know this sounds too good to be true, but this is usually not the easiest thing to do. Some people feel embarrassed about asking for an increase because they think they shouldn't. However, you can't just ask for a raise. You must explain to your employer why they should increase your salary. Do you have a new skill that can be used to contribute to the growth of the business? Share it with your employer and they may be willing to give you a pay raise. Method number 3, turning your savings into investments. It's good to save money, but it is even better to invest it, as investing has proven time and again to be a reliable path to wealth. You see, saving is when you put money aside to be able to cover any emergencies or short-term financial gains. Savings are usually put in accounts where they can be easily accessed whenever the need arises. Investments, on the other hand, involve you buying things that you think will increase in value over time. It could be a tangible asset like land or investing in things such as stocks and shares. Although saving has its place when trying to increase your net worth, it is always better to invest. In your savings account, you probably think that your money will not be at risk at being lost compared to when you invest it. For example, if you save $10,000, you don't expect to come back and meet $9,500 in the account. It is not possible. However, the inflation rate is usually higher than the interest rate of a savings account. The financial implication is that your money begins to lose value and the purchasing power will also reduce. So, despite the fact that you still have $10,000 in your account, you may not be able to use it to purchase the same things that the amount can purchase when you first put it into your savings. Investing, on the other hand, typically offers higher returns than saving, and with it, you can reach your financial goals faster than if you only saved. Deciding whether to save or invest can be tricky. It takes a lot of consideration, but normally, if you have a short-term goal, you can choose to save so that you can lower your risk and maintain access, but if you have a long-term goal, it is best to invest so that you can have a higher return. Method number 4. Learn to take calculated risks. You must be willing to take risks if you want to attain financial freedom, but taking risks does not mean that you will act blindly and launch into the world of the unknown. You have to take calculated risks, which means trying to see as far as you can into the future with the potential outcomes and consequences of your decisions. This way, you can prepare for the possible negative outcome of such actions without fear. Calculated risk means that you are not doing things that you are not certain of. You have to decide whether you are willing to do something before you start and not after you've started. To take a calculated risk, you have to do a lot of research. The research will let you know what the possible outcome of your actions may be. Be ready for mistakes and negative consequences too. Create a plan on what to do if the event does not turn out as you have planned. Once you are certain that you know the risk that is involved, don't look back. Just take a step and do whatever you need to do. Method number 5. Leveraging other people's time. Time is the only resource that once it is gone, you can never get back. To make money work for you then, you first have to understand that time is limited and that you can never have enough time to do everything yourself. If you want to become rich and successful, you must learn to use other people's time to achieve your goals. It is good to work hard, but it is better to work smart. That is why you need to understand how to make use of other people's time to achieve your goals while you have enough time for yourself. And by doing this, I don't mean manipulating people. It simply means leveraging on other people's time. So how do you do this? You leverage other people's time by employing others to do the things that you cannot do. If you're looking for a property, for instance, you don't need to go searching for yourself. You can get other people to do the work for you while you focus on your own high-value activities. You can get a real estate agent who knows what to look for in a property and also knows how to easily get them. As a rule of thumb, delegate every job that someone else can do for you at a lower cost than if you were to do it yourself. Doing this will save you time and energy and make you more focused and productive. Method number 6. Harnessing the power of compound interest. One of the things that make investing interesting and profitable is compound interest. Compound interest is the interest that is calculated for the initial amount deposited as well as the interest that is accumulated after that. What this means is that after interest is initially paid on your capital, the next interest earned will include both the capital as well as the first interest paid. This process continues, and it is the main reason why compound interest is such a great tool for the generation of wealth. To explain it better, I will share with you a simple example. Let's assume you have $100 and you invest it with an interest rate of 10% per year for 5 years. In the first year, you will be paid 10% of $100, which is $10. The $10 is added to the $100 to make it a total of $110. Now the next year, the interest will not be paid on $100, but will be applied to the $110, which is higher and generates more potential interest. The new interest on this amount is $11, which is higher than the interest paid the first year, and this effect continues into perpetuity. Method number 7. Starting a business. No matter how much you make currently, you can still make more money. One way to do that is by starting a business. Starting a business doesn't have to be as hard as a lot of people think. With the right planning and mindset, you can start your business and over time can use this income vehicle to start making more money. Choosing to do business gives you the freedom that your paid employment cannot give you. When you run a business, you are your own boss and you can set the rules you want to work by. You can decide how much you want your business to grow, and this will be predicated on how much money you invest into it, which is how you can make your money work for you. Business income can be very lucrative, and having some startup capital will allow you to use your money wisely instead of letting it rot in the bank. Thanks for watching.